Hello folks, I am Scott Grove and I am here to finally give you all the real lowdown on how to do pinch harmonics or pinched harmonics or squealies or whatever you want to call them. I've noticed on YouTube there are a lot of these videos and most of them are iffy at best. There's very few. The only one or two guys that do a decent job at this are overseas English, so they have such a thick accent that it's really hard to understand them, but they are the best guys to show this. So I'll try to do this without the accent, and I'm not going to walk away after 5 minutes of doing this. I like to give lessons all day long, so let's cover this and cover it well. You're going to spend a lot of time working on this because it takes time. And so I'm going to take the time with you, okay? So you can shut it off whenever you want, whenever you've got it, and I'm going to keep on going with or without you. Okay, so my weapon of choice today is just a guitar I had custom made for me. It has 5 actual pickups in it. A single coil, then a humbucker, then another single coil, then a single coil, then another humbucker. So yeah, there are 5 pickups, and each turn on via its own on and off switch. Pretty groovy. So there's not split coils here now, so I have 3 single coils, 2 humbuckers. Does that make a difference? Yeah, and I'll show you why, because nobody else will, or nobody else does. Okay, now to understand what these pinch harmonics are, number one, let's get this thing off my face and just put it down here on the guitar. You all understand why you're here, and that's just simply to get those kind of sounds. So that's, by golly, what we're going to do. Now, people, you understand what harmonics are, and those are the notes that happen automatically if you touch your finger above, like the 12th fret, but you don't push down, you just touch it directly above the fret, and then you can play each note. Okay, that's a regular harmonic. You are familiar with those, I'm hoping. If not, hey, I've got videos out there on that too, but I'm sure most of you guys are way beyond that. What we're doing now is just creating the same thing, but in all kinds of places. Because you already know that if you are on, like, your open G string, that you can play right above the 5th fret, get a harmonic. 7th fret, different harmonic, that's your D harmonic, and 12th fret, you get it again, and your 19th fret, you get it again, of course. 24th fret, you would get it again. So they're all over the place. So now you're looking for ways to get more harmonics, just all over the place. Okay, so of course if you change positions, like say you're now on the 2nd fret, you would actually have to hit the string, then reach up somewhere, and then put your finger, touch it, not tap or anything like that, but just touch right above the fret, just like you did before. So we were touching on an open G string. If you just touch it after it's ringing on the 12th fret, you get the harmonic. Now if you're at the 2nd fret, now you just got to go 2 frets higher, so you go to the 14th fret because you're playing 2 frets higher. So, okay, same thing if you're going to the 4th fret, then you're going to have to go 2 more frets higher. Okay, so that is what the pinched harmonics is all about. You are creating that same type of harmonic, but then all of a sudden you're going to go octaves and octaves and octaves, in some cases, above the normal note. And that's where instead of you get a note there that you can't possibly get with your highest note. So all those are all in the same string. Okay, now the one thing that nobody mentions is Does it matter which pickups you have on? Highly. Extremely. You have to have your bridge pickup on to get all of those notes, unless you plan on playing them all, you know, this way from your neck pickup. Okay, an old slide guitar trick. Yes, this has something to do with everything. That if you were to take a slide and just go past, what I have now is just this one humbucker on the white one. Now listen, it's like a, if you don't know what the Doppler effect, it's that sound you get when a police siren is going by, and it's just okay, the tone's not really changing on the police siren, it's just sound waves travel that way. So you get the same thing here. So after it passes that pickup, things become different. Okay, so the same thing applies here. When you're trying to play the pinched harmonics that we're getting ready to do and you only have the neck pickup on, everything from here back becomes irrelevant and no longer really works. But that's where all the pinched harmonic notes are. So nobody tells you this. So shut that pickup off. Get rid of it. If it has nothing to do with anything, okay, what's our furthest back pickup? That's right, your humbucker that's way back here, or whatever pickup you have back here. Because we need as many notes beyond the pickup this way as we could get. So I'm just turning on the one humbucker here. That way I can play all these this way. Okay. Everybody talks about having to dig into your strings and really go at them. No, you don't have to at all. You don't have to play any harder than any other note. Okay, so throw that out the window. There's no need to really play anything any harder than you normally would. Okay. The main thing, of course, is the way you hold your pick and the way you strike the string. Okay, and then we're going to understand a few other things. Here's where some people get it right. Okay, it depends on how you hold your pick normally. Okay, when I hold a pick, I hold it, of course, just between two fingers, or a thumb and a finger, and I leave it sticking out just like that. Okay, for the pinch harmonics, you're going to have to do the same or adjust in order to play this. If you don't hold your pick that way, you get to, in order to make this. If you already hold it this way, then you're way ahead of the competition. So I do not have to change my pick holding style in order to do pinch harmonics. It's just the way I play. Okay, so what is going to happen is you're going to hold it so there's only a fraction of the pick showing out underneath your thumb and your finger. Okay, now the thing is, see, you don't have to have any fingernails, but you will see this is also very important. My thumbnail comes in contact with my finger, my index finger, right below the fingernail. So getting this part is crucial. Okay, that's just where it comes. My thumbnail will actually sometimes dig into my finger. It will not go up to the thumbnail of my first finger. It just goes right underneath it. And yes, that's crucial that that's where this positioning is. Okay, because it's all about your pick and your thumb, not your thumbnail, striking the string at the same time, not one after the other. A lot of people show it where they play the note and then their thumb hits it. No, that's not actually the way to get it. Your pick and your thumb right about here. Okay, so the part underneath of your thumb, but it's actually, here's my pick. I know shadows suck, but hey, it's what it is. Right where I'm pointing, that's where it's going to hit. And you'll see here on my guitar. Let's turn a little volume up. Of course, distortion and lots of gain help plenty. You can do this on an acoustic, you can do it on clean sounds, but of course, electrics with lots of distortion and high gain are the reason you're here, more than likely. Okay, so what is happening is you are playing on the string, and most people don't bring this up either, but generally, not totally, but generally your high E and your B string are not good candidates for this. Everything else is great. The G string is the one where you get that real high squeal, like what I just did. Okay, so that's where you're getting those. Everything else on the other strings are going to be where you get that ZZ Top sound or the low stuff. You know the ones, you get those. But when you get to that G string, that's where you get those, and you can use your whammy bars and go nuts and have a good time. But your B string, you got to be pretty good to get something out of it. Your E string's almost impossible. It's just hard to get them. You'll find them, but they suck to try to do them. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to go to, and it doesn't matter, grab any note. I'm going to grab just simply the 4th fret on my G string. Okay, so please do the same with me. You see, we're 12 minutes into it and I haven't taught you crap yet. Everybody else is 5 minutes and they're done. But I like to take all day. Okay, so I'm going to grab, one finger at the 2nd fret, one finger at the 4th fret, just because I like having the other finger to help me bend a note. Why make it tougher on you than it needs to be? So I'm just going to be going, just bending that G string up, and then releasing it. Then I'm going to be using the technique I'm getting ready to show you to simply do the same thing. So I'm grabbing different harmonics, just like you have different harmonics. All throughout the neck. So I'm just giving you different harmonics. The harmonics get closer, way up here, because look how far away your frets are here. Then they get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, so all of a sudden you have harmonics so close to each other up here. Imagine what the frets would be like if they were way down here, just a couple millimeters apart from each other. So that's why all these different harmonics are there to be had. There are a lot of dead spots, just like if you were to hit the 6th fret right here on your guitar. It does nothing on your G string. Or the 8th, or the 10th. There's nothing there. So there are going to be places down here where there's nothing there. But it all depends on what notes you're playing here. And then you'll just have to get used to which notes produce which squeals when you're playing them. So when we're doing this note, the 4th fret on the G string, we will have these notes. But when we play on like the 7th fret, they're going to happen in slightly different places, but you can find them so fast. Just move it around a little bit. It's not science. Okay, anyway, so we're holding this and shutting my guitar off. It's extremely noisy in here tonight. And almost that thumbnail pretty much touching your finger right underneath that fingernail. Like I said before, but it's touching the meat of your finger, and it doesn't have to actually be touching, just close to it. It's riding on the outside of your guitar pick. That little bitty amount, that's how much is hanging out. And now when I go and put it on the guitar, there is going to be a sideways action. I'm actually going to, in order for my thumb to hit in the right place, and the pick at the same time. So it has to hit over there on my thumb and the pick at the same time. So I will show you this doing that 4th fret on my G, and I'm just looking for any place that will squeal. Okay, so it's not the pick, then my thumb hitting like most people will tell you. It's both hitting at the same time on the string. So I'm hitting this. It's going to be weird to get different angles. See, I'm not digging hard. I'm playing very soft, actually. So you do not have to dig. You do not have to make your strings go as other people will show you in videos. That's all BS. So just move your string backward, forward a little bit until you get a squealy. But your pick and your flesh on your thumb has to hit at the same time. I'm just doing this very mellow. I don't care if I get a squealy or not. I just need you to see what's happening. So look at everything very closely. That's why I'm right here for you. Look where the thumbnail is in conjunction with my fingernail. See how much of the pick is showing underneath there. Okay, so that little bit of pick that is actually going towards the back end of the guitar, it's kind of pointed backwards because I'm using not the tip of the pick, I'm using the side of the pick. Okay, so I'm actually hitting, the string is hitting right about here on the pick. It's not this. It's hitting right about here. Okay, so the same place that my thumb is. Okay, so I'm using that part of the pick to hit the note, to hit the string, and you can see the side here pretty well of my thumb, what's hitting it. And as you move that, let me zoom back this way a little bit. As you move it around, backward, forwards, and just keep doing that, you will find just different places that make different pitch squeals. And it will happen all the way up and down the neck and everything, but the closer you get to your pickup that is on back here, remember, if you're using this one, nothing's going to happen. So you got to be using this one. Okay, and luckily I'm using a pickup that is skinny enough that it's not full-size humbucker, that I get to go back even further than most of you do, unless you're using a single coil sized humbucker. But the closer you get to the humbucker, you're going to end up with more dead notes. See, I have nothing above the pickup, nothing. Okay, I just got one right here, right next to where a full-size humbucker would be. But would you get one? Probably not if you have a full-size humbucker. You'll probably have to come this way a little more. Okay? So, I'm still just doing this. Okay? So it just takes nothing but sheer practice of hitting your thumb, not your thumbnail, the meat of your thumb on the side of your thumb. Again, my thumb right here. The string is hitting it right about there. Okay? So if you have to look and analyze things, I don't blame you, because if you've never done this or never got it right before, you need to know where things are hitting. Nobody shows you this. So it's hitting you. I'm going to try to just push here, and for the sake of rock and roll, leave a dent. There you go. That dent right there should show you about where the string's hitting my thumb. Okay, and again, it's hitting the pick right here on the side, not the tip. So you're using the side of your pick, just kind of like if you're doing this with the side of it. So it's hitting the side of it right about there. You know, just the part that's actually showing. The tip has nothing to do with it at all. It's just the tip is pointed backwards because we're using the side. So the tip is pointed back that way. So again, assume your position. See, some are dead spots, some are not. They're all not going to squeal. So you just got to move around, And you don't have to memorize the positions so much. I mean, I already know that if you have a Strat guitar, that the middle pickup, you're going to have one right on this side and right on this side of the pickup. So if you are using a Strat or something with the properly placed middle pickup, you will get one exactly on the edge of this pickup and right on this edge of the pickup, directly above it. If you do it just like you're putting it right above the 12th fret, you can use that as exactly markers that you know you will always get a pinch harmonic out of it. Those are going to be there forever if your pickup is placed right. For those of you who do not have it, it will be 2 points that are that size directly in between your humbuckers. You'll find them. Like I said, there's like 20 of them here. They're everywhere, so don't worry about it. Just move them around, have fun. Half the fun is just doing like your low E string, and you can get almost a flanger sound out of it, just like a... Those are all pinch harmonics, but it's just on your low E string, and if you do it cool enough, the farther you go down your neck, you know, you'll get the same thing. But if you do the same thing here, no matter what string, open strings. Okay, but the main thing you're looking for is to take notes and play them with these harmonics. I'm using no rhyme or reason. Everybody will tell you, and yes, there is. You will find different notes at different points, of course, and you will learn them and use them. But at first, just who cares? You want to squeal, so let's squeal like a pig. Okay? Okay, you got to do that deliverance thing, dueling banjos, every time you squeal like a pig. Go back, watch the show if you've never watched it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you need to watch all 2 hours of it just to get that reference if you're too young. Okay, so let's get back to squealing. Okay, let's do the same notes and make sure we got them, alright? And again, if you do not feel your pick and your thumb hitting your G string at the same time, you're simply doing it wrong, and no big deal. Do it again. You have nothing but time. Okay, so just get in there. If you have 2 humbuckers, do it almost in the middle of them to start finding something nice. Like I said, on either side of this middle single coil, on both sides, directly on the edges, are where the 2 sweet spots are, where you know you've got it. Just so you know what I'm doing with my left hand. Okay, so they're not everywhere, they are just here and there, but since they're so close to each other down here, it seems like they're all right there. Okay, so that's basically it. I'm not leaving you yet, no, not in any way. Like I said, I take this all the way, but that's how you make it happen. You do not, no matter who tells you, I don't care if Zach Wilde himself tells you, you do not have to dig. You do not have to make a motion like you're digging a ditch. You do not have to hit the strings so that they do that before it happens. You just play them normally. Here I am playing something normal. I'm not changing anything, so that myth is debunked right there. I'm getting perfect squealies. I love that term, squealies. Okay, squeals and squalls and squanks and whatever. It's just that thing you have to have, and a lot of people, it's just really hard for you. And hopefully this will make it better. I'm never here to harm you. I'm here to try to help you as much as I can. And if it takes an hour, I'm going to take an hour. I don't care. I have nothing but time either. I always have time for people who want to learn. Okay? So again, let's just practice that. If you've already got it, hey, just fast forward. Big deal. Okay? If you've got it, great. Move on to different notes. Okay? Let's just say you do have this part down and you've got it now and you don't need me anymore. Shut it off. Go play. Quit. Go away. But if you don't have it yet, again, I'll drive this home as much as I can. I'll let my camera try to adjust, and it won't. I don't use $1 million equipment, of course. $75 camera to try to give you $1 million lesson. Okay, you see the part of so it's the pick, side, that part of my pick. I wish I could get at every angle. I'm going to try to, if I got to break my neck. I'm not using the tip, I'm using the side. And my thumb, right there at the side. You can, right where I showed you before, where I put the indentation. So it's right about where my thumb hits the string. Those two hit the string at the exact same time. Not one before the other, not one after the other. At the exact same time. If you're not getting a squealy, move it back a little bit or forward a little bit till you get one. No big deal. I don't hit all of them, I hit half of them. See, I just missed one. There's one. Yeah, kind of was. That's not. That's a beautiful one there. See, I'm back here so far close to the pickup now, I can't get one. So that now you'll know why. Again, you have to play this way from whichever pickup you have on. So it makes most sense to use your bridge pickup only. Okay, if you want all these high squeals. Okay? It's just the way it is. It's physics, kids. So more than anything, if you're still not getting it, you just have to see what I'm doing and try to do the same thing. It's better to see it than hear it. It's slow. Okay, so you don't see the pick hitting before my thumb touches it. They are simultaneous. Okay, so the pick is pointed backwards, so it is well behind my finger and my thumb. I wish so bad I could let you in here to see where it's at, but it's back there. The tip of it is, but I'm using this side, so the tip is hidden. Okay, so the side of the pick and the side of my thumb hit again at the same time. And there's no digging again. Okay, you can dig if you want, but that's kind of like picking your nose. You know, it's going to bleed if you dig too hard. So you play too hard, it's going to break your string. So you don't want to do that either. Strings are pricey and sucks to break one, especially if you're using a Floyd Rose or something. Okay, so let's do same type of things. If you haven't got it yet, so what? Big deal. Do it again in 5 minutes. But the ones with all the low notes when you're playing, nothing is any different. Okay, you don't have to play any harder. It's done the same way, but you are now just, when you go to your G string, it seems like you're trying to get that bendy, bendy, bendy thing. That's why you're always going and then letting loose of it. You're just trying to get that sound that you hear everybody do when they're pulling their whammy bar up. Or if you have one, you can shake the holy bejesus out of it, and it's cool. You can start. Let me get that guitar out of the way. You can start with your whammy bar already down, hit one, and then pull it up and do the, Eddie Van Halen elephant sounds and all that stuff. I just decided not to use one with all that stuff. I figure it's more important that you learn to make the squeal, and then you can go whammy yourself later. Okay? So everything else is played the same way. Just move your pick backward or forward a little bit while you're playing the notes. And these are to try to create the melody, or just simply add a squeal to the notes you're playing. So if I'm playing, now I'll do each one with a little squealy. Okay, and it can be overused. You're going to overuse it, just like anything. You're going to, like every new toy you get, you're going to use it more than you need to. Less is more. Throw it in and make it special, then get out of there. But you can do it real quick if you're just sitting there doing a solo. Okay, you got regular notes going by. Just give it one. Don't do the whole dang thing. But if you're doing the little picky squealies when you're doing the notes, okay, just, and then get out of there and get back to something else. Dig until you find one. And then move on. Okay, so it's like, don't throw all your bag of tricks out there. Save it, give them something special, and they're like, wow. Then move on and finish playing the song. Okay, the squealy things are an effect. They are something there to go ooh, ah for the listener. Okay, so don't make it old by doing it too much. Okay, because it gets really old really fast. Everybody has done it for so long now, but it doesn't make it any less cool. You just have to learn how to do it. That's why you're here. If you already knew how to do this, you wouldn't be watching this. Okay, because this is boring to try to learn it, but it's well worth it to spend an hour with me instead of 5 minutes with somebody else. For the people who just can't quite get it. And from all the comments that I've read on all the other pinch harmonic things, the teachers just aren't spending enough time with the students to get them through this. So I'm just going to stay here till we're both sick of it. Okay? Or until we both have it. Okay. So you can do this. Okay. Nothing is out of the question, like I said, except for your B and E strings are very, very difficult. Everybody leaves this out too. You can get them on the B string. You got to be really good at this though. The G string is the easiest string to get it on. It's always nice to when you got somebody with an easy G string. It's always a beautiful thing. So you can see that the B string is possible. Here I go for the high E. Hear how horrible that is? And I am a pro at these squealy things. But they're not there, and everybody's always saying, hey, what about the E string? I can't get it on there. Well, no duh. That's just one of those things. So just know that once you're very good, try it on the B string, but work it out on the G string before anything else. That's why I started you there, because that's the most used for the high. That's the note we all hope to get, is that one. Okay. Okay, we all hope to get that one, but it don't always happen, so what? you know, it is what it is. Okay, so again, all the notes that are melodic, you know, that are just regular scale things, can all be done that way, but just no digging. No digging in, just play them like you do normal. Okay, so yeah, it gets old really quick, but you have to do this for hours and hours and hours until you get it right. But there's no reason to hurt yourself by digging or gouging your strings away, because there's no need for it. Okay, it's just a technique, it's not a power trip. Okay, so some people are lying to you when they give you that information, and it is just simply misinformation. Again, 9 out of 10 people will tell you to dig, and 9 out of 10 people will be wrong, because there's no sense in it. They just heard it from somebody else, so they're passing along something they heard from somebody else. So they're doing it that way, thinking they have to, and never even analyzing what they're learning. Okay, so I'm here to just tell you the truth. You know, it's like, yeah, it's cool that they tried to teach it and stuff, and they do a relatively good job, but I'm here to fill in the holes and debunk a few things that simply don't need to be done. Okay, again, I will shut up. And again, it's just strictly the only thing you're not getting, if you're still having problems at this point, is nothing more than simply hitting the pick and the side of your thumb and getting it the heck out of the way. You can't leave it there. Probably should have said that 37 minutes ago. But after you hit the note, don't touch anything. Don't touch the string again, because you'll kill it. Why would you want to do that? So get in there, get out of there. Unless you want to hit it again. Everybody's loving those low ones these days, especially all you guys that do the drop D. Y'all. Okay, what that does is when you slacken that low E string and tune it down to D, or even down to C, or down to B, it gives you a string that is not so tight. Gives you that sloppy string instead of a nice tight string. Okay, so now that string is 2 frets less tight than it was, so now you can actually go all over the place bending that string. Okay, instead of where the low E is normally tuned, then you can only bend it as much as you can bend it. But now that you've detuned to the drop D tuning, that's why everybody is doing that. They're always going for the third fret. Okay, so see if I'm back in tune yet. Okay, now that I'm there, you can still get some pretty good squeals right there. But that's pretty much it, guys. Even on these low ones, I'm going to sit there and go right on that 3rd fret on that low E string, okay, with my ring finger, and do that. Now let's do this. Everybody likes to do the middle finger for that, because you can get a lot of vibrato with that. But that one is at the back of the strap position, so not the front one, but the back part is where the nice squeal that everybody likes to get. So if you're looking for that position, that's where it's at. If you do have the middle pickup, it's right at the back of that pickup. be there every time for any of you who need a place, you know, a little guide point. And there's the other one, just like I said, right on the other side, right on the edge of it. So if you have a metal pickup, you will know where you can get the harmonics every single time on any string, except for the high E string. But sometimes on the B. So they're there. It takes a bit. Like I said, the B is gettable, but the E is forgettable. Okay? Forget the high E. It's just a pain in the butt. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Hope this helps a little bit. And again, I can't say it enough. It is all about this. That's the only technique there is to it. The rest of it, like I said, it's not. There's no playing harder. There's no digging in. None of that bull that you hear from anybody else. God love them. They're trying to teach you, and I'm sure they help some people, and other people find out as they play that they don't need to dig in. But again, nice and close. Thumbnail is touching. I have that much space. Yeah, I need a manicure or something. Yes, I bite my nails. Who cares? But long nails don't work, so cut your nails like a man. Thumbnail has to be in that relationship to the underside of your other nail. It's not touching your other nail, but there's just like a pick width between there. Then your pick has that much sticking out the back. But we are going to shut the volume off on this guitar. Again, you're hitting the side of the pick, not the point, but the side, and you are dragging it like this. You're not picking it. You're not going to get that sound. You're going to get just the side of it hitting it. If you do this, you're wrong. It's this. It's okay. So it's more about the thumb than it is the pick. But both have to hit at the same time. You need the hardness of the pick to actually sound the note, but your thumb is what actually sets the harmonic off. Just like it's your fingers here that make the harmonic sound, but your pick is what gives it the power. So it's the same thing. So your thumb is what makes the harmonic sound, but your pick is what gives it the power. Without your thumb there, you're not getting a harmonic. Your pick has to be, or your string has to be touching flesh in order for you to have a harmonic. Or it just won't work without it. And it has to be picked. See, they're not everywhere. Back by the pick guard or the pickup again, you're going to start losing it. It starts about right there, right on the edge of normal size humbucker. Then you'll pass the 2 where the middle pickup would be on your guitar, or is, and then you can get them all the way up and down your neck and all through here. They're everywhere. So just find out where they're at, and again, just play along with regular notes. And move your pick back and forth with each note. Just to find out where are the best squealies, where you like the harmonics the best. Okay, so that's it. Hope that helps, I really do. Everybody else that has taught it. Again, I'm not trying to slam anybody. I'm just trying to pick up where you left off and try to show everybody just a little more on how to achieve it, so everybody can do it. And I hope you can do it. Well, anybody can do it. There are 6-year-old kids out there doing it, so you can do it. It's just a matter of sitting around and doing that and watching the video very closely, and you should have it. There's no way you can not get it. Okay, just make sure when you hit it, you get your right hand out of the way unless you plan on using another note right after it. But you hit it and get it. You get out of there. Just like in real life. You hit it and then you go home. You know, hopefully. I love explaining things this way because it's the way I am. It's like, I've got my jollies, time to go. Hey, here's your cab fare. You go, whichever. But anyway, hit it, get it, make the note happen. Just get your hand out of the dang way until you get really, really comfortable squealing like a pig. I should have been a pig. I am a pig. I'm a male chauvinistic pig. That's alright. Okay, so once again, Scott Grove just squealing with you here for, what, 45 minutes or so? Or thereabouts. If you have any problems, basically keep them to yourself because I've showed y'all I can't. I wish I didn't have to say that, but that's about as thorough as you can get with the squealy things. Okay? So just remember everything I told you, and if you can't, that's what the rewind button's for. So happy squealing. Talk to you later. And don't forget, click right below here. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of free lessons on acoustic guitar, electric guitar, rock and roll, blues, bass, kazoos, pedals or lap steels, and everything, ukulele, whatever you want to play. There's free lessons. Just click it and you go to my site. There's no need to pay a dime, and you don't have to search anywhere for all my lessons all over YouTube because I have over 500 videos on there, but they're not all lessons. So you can go right to my free lessons page of my website and just know that every lesson that I have posted on YouTube are all right there. So there's all the acoustic ones. Right after that is all the electric country ones. Right underneath that it's all rock and blues. Underneath that it's other stuff. So this one will be on there as soon as I can upload it. So again, happy squealing. Take care, and hope to see you at the site. Okay? Sign up for the newsletter. Cool stuff always coming out. Talk to you later. Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Take care. Bye-bye.